The Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra 1 year later. Now, of course, we know, those of you that keep up with tech, you know that the the S25 Ultra is getting ready to come out. I think either sometime this month or maybe next month, but it usually comes out the beginning of the year. And I know, a lot of tech heads is probably excited about that. However, I'm not excited at all. I'm just speaking for myself because Samsung really hasn't done a whole lot of innovating lately. They haven't really done anything to make me get excited about their devices. They just little incremental upgrades. Now, if you're coming from something like a Note 9 or maybe a Note, something like really really old, then you may be impressed. But I feel as though a lot of people are buying older flagships where they feel like they're getting much more value and they're paying a lot less money because a lot of people just don't have money to be spending $1,300, $1,400 for a phone. Even though I know Samsung has those trade-in deals, and excuse me, I know some people that have gotten great trade-ins. Like, they trade in a phone and Samsung will give them $800. Sometimes they give them $1,000 off. So trust me, I'm not saying that everybody, is going to pay full price because, you'd be crazy to pay full price for these phones today. There just wouldn't make any sense to do that. So see, if but everybody don't have something of high value where they could trade something in to get a lot of money off the device they want. So you got to think about that as well. But of course, S24 came out last year. For some YouTube tech creators, that was their phone of the year. For some others, it was the Pixel 9 Pro XL. And, for some people, it was the iPhone. So everybody has their pick of the lot and what they feel as though was the best phone of that year. Of course, the phone of the year for me was the OnePlus 12. That was my phone of the year, even though I know it came out the end of 2023. But it was really a 2024 device. I mean, if you really think about it. But I want to just talk about my experience with the S23 for the year of 2024. And for the most part, it was a good experience. Now, in the very beginning, when I first picked up this device, I must have got a bad device because I was having all type of issues with that device. The first one that I got, it was just a whole lot of just different issues. I did a video on it. Can't remember all the issues. I know it was freezing up on me and it was just doing a lot of things that I know it shouldn't have been doing. So I had to send that back. And then I got another one. And I really haven't had really any issues with this phone, except sometimes for some reason I get this 3-second delay when I hit my fingerprint sensor before the phone actually opens up. I don't know what that's all about. And that's pretty irritating. When I, hit the fingerprint sensor and then it takes 3 seconds for this phone to open. I don't know what that's all about. But when it comes down to the overall build quality of this device, it's excellent. Like I like the weight of this. I know some people, they want the phones to get lighter and lighter, and I don't like light phones. I like phones that have some weight, some heft to it. I love the thickness of this phone, the overall thickness. I love it. I mean, and it feels substantial in my hand. Like I don't want no super thin, super light phone. I don't like thin and light phones. I just don't. And if I happen to get one because it's something about it I really like, I'll just get me a big giant case so I can get the thickness and the weight that I want with the case. Because I'm gonna use a case with my devices anyway. So I don't like thin and light phones, but this feels extremely good in the hand. Now sometimes now I don't normally, like I said, I don't normally use my phones without a case, but those times when I'm home and I'm in my room and I got carpet on the floor, I ain't worrying about dropping it and breaking it. I'll take the case off and use it because I put this skin on the back of it so it actually gives me some grip. And also this one was supposed to be in the color red, but I hated it because it looked like it was orange. So I covered it. Now I didn't do the best job covering it because you could still see a little bit of the color around the camera ring. So I didn't nail it 100%, but I still, like, once I put the case on it, you don't even see that. And that's why I said I usually, use cases. But I like the carbon fiber feel. It gives it nice grip, especially on the side. And if I want to hold it like this, I don't have to worry about this. This is not slippery at all. No fingerprints, nothing like that. So I love the skin. If y'all interested in the skin, I'll put the link down in the description. All right, so the build quality is great. I absolutely have absolutely no scratches whatsoever on the screen. I've had this device in my pocket with keys for the whole year, no scratches whatsoever. So the build quality has been great on this device. Now, when you talk about the always on display, now the always on display, I still believe Samsung makes the best always on display out there. And mainly just because of how big and bright, and you got these widgets. However, I don't like how small they went with these notifications, and I don't like the fact that they're all white. This is what I want. This is the Note 10, the Note 10 Plus. Let me turn this. This is the Note 10 Plus. This is the way the always on display used to be, where your notifications were bigger and they were in their own color. As you can see, the big difference. They're not that much different, except this one has the widgets, but you can see the notifications is a joke. You see how small they are and how they're all white. I hate this. I wish Samsung, if you're watching this video, I wish you go back to this. I really do, because I don't like this at all. Now I do, like I said, I do like the widgets on here. It's something nice that they added to it, but I would rather have bigger notifications and for them to be in their own color. Now, as far as the face lock is concerned, face unlock is still trash. It's very, very inconsistent. So I don't really care for the face unlock, and I don't really use it that much. I mostly use the ultrasonic in display fingerprint sensor because it works really well. No problem. Just tap, not even a tap and hold, just tap. It's really gotten better from the Note 10 Plus. Yeah, the Note 10 Plus was the first time Samsung used the in-display fingerprint sensor, I believe. I believe it was the Note 10 Plus. I could be wrong, but I believe it was. But if I'm wrong, y'all can just, put it down in the comments. But it works really well on here. Like I said, it's just a tap. There's no hold in it. Before it was tap and hold, but you just tap it and you're good to go. Now, as far as the display is concerned, the display on Samsung devices, anybody that uses Samsung devices know that their displays are absolutely beautiful. And it's no different with this one. You got a 6.8 inch Quad HD Plus dynamic AMOLED display, HDR10 Plus, 120 hertz, 1200 nits, sustained brightness, and a pixel density of 500. So the display is absolutely gorgeous. Now, I do have other devices where the display gets much brighter than this display, but you can go in here and kick the brightness up some more. There's a button in here that says display. See right there, it says extra brightness. Now it's going to increase battery usage, but this phone will get crazy, crazy bright. So if you want it even brighter than this, you can make it brighter. And I can still get through a full day with the brightness at, 1000%. I guess I'll say it like that, because it can get very, very bright. Now, for most people, they're probably not going to have their phone like that because it may hurt their eyes, or, a lot of people, they like their phone at 50%, 60%, 70%. That's not me. I'm 100% guy. My eyes ain't what they used to be, so I need stuff that's very bright so I can easily see what's on my display. Now, when it comes down to performance, the performance has been really good. No issues with performance, really. Every now and then I may get a delay here and there, but for the most part, smooth. Not as touch responsive as some other devices that I have, but it's still, it's still really good. Everything loads up really fast. Now, the only thing I just wish, coming in and out of apps was a lot smoother, like like my OnePlus 12, my Xiaomi phones, my Vivo phones, they're a lot smoother than Samsung. but maybe the S24 is more smooth. I don't know because I don't have that device, but I really have had really no issues with performance. Honestly, just haven't. Everything's been working really well. So performance has been great on this device. The dual stereo speakers on here, they're not the best, but they're good. They're well balanced. They lack a little fullness of sound, like a little stereo sound. Like they don't sound as good as my Pixel 8 Pro or my OnePlus 12, but they still sound good and they get pretty loud. And as far as the battery life is concerned, the battery life is kind of up and down for me. It's like some days it seems like it drains fast. Some days it seems like it doesn't drain as much. And then on days that, I use it kind of heavy, it seems like the battery lasts longer. It's just been a little inconsistent. So not my favorite when it comes to battery life. Now you will get through a full day, no problem. But I'm spoiled by my Vivo X Fold 3, my Vivo X Note, and my OnePlus 12. And I'm getting 2 days of battery life out of those devices. And my Asus ROG 5. I'm getting 2 days of battery life out of those devices. And for me, for Samsung to call their phone an ultra device, you should be able to get 2 days. Now, maybe if I didn't use 100% brightness, maybe if I wasn't using always on display all the time, maybe if I wasn't using high resolution and 120 hertz, but really I should be able to use the phone at max and still get 2 days, which is what I'm using with the other phones I use all my phones exactly the same. And I'm getting 2 days out of those phones that I mentioned. But out of an ultra phone, I can't even get 2 days. I can't even get a day and a half. By the end of a day, most of the time, I'm getting towards like maybe 30% or less. And that's not even the max during the week when I use this phone, moderate to heavy, as much the screen on time that I could get is 3 hours. And then it's going to be dead. Okay. Sometime I use the screen for like maybe 2 hours and I'm like 30% battery life left at the end of the day, which I think is crazy. Okay. Now I listen to a lot of YouTube, but I'm talking about with the screen off, audio books with the screen off. And I'm still, I get a lot of battery drain like that. I don't understand that, but it is what it is. Samsung ain't never been known for having the best battery life since the Note 4. That was the last Note that got ridiculous battery life. That's before that. I forgot what update it was that destroyed that battery, but I was easily getting 2 days. Sometime I was getting into the third day on the Note 4 when it first got released before they gave it that Android update. And I can't remember what it was called, but after they got that update, it destroyed the battery on that phone. I barely got through a day. But prior to that, I was easily getting 2 days, and Notes were known for being powerhouses when it came to the battery life. And that's why a lot of people wanted that phone. And of course, you got the S Pen, which I don't use a lot. I still hate that it's on the left and not on the right. I just wish they would make some adjustment to these cameras so they could put it back on the right where it belongs, because most people are right-handed. I'm not hating on lefties, but I just don't like the placement. And that's probably one of the reasons what make me not want to use it. I don't know, but I don't use it a lot, but it's there. Of course, you still got Samsung DeX. You got edge panels, edge lighting, Samsung pack, good lock, all the customization that you could get with the Samsung. I believe Samsung has the best Android skin on the market because it's more customizable than any other Samsung skin on the market. Now there's others that are up there where they customizations are nice and they do things that Samsung devices don't do. But overall, One UI is my favorite skin without a doubt. And of course, the cameras. Now, of course, I've done a full review on this. You can check it out. Go right to the camera section. These cameras are pretty amazing. The photos, the videos, amazing. Look, from the Note 10 up until this Note, because that's what this really is. I know they call it the S, but it's really a Note, honestly. The cameras have been great from the Note 9 all the way up until this Note. Okay. Just awesome. I mean, awesome cameras. Seriously. Like the Note 20 Ultra cameras is not that far behind these cameras. It's really not, honestly. They're really not. So it's not always in the numbers. for me, it comes down to just plain quality. Okay, now the video footage gets better. I'll say that, but photos is not that much better, honestly. It's not like night and day. It's just not. But my year with the S23 Ultra has been good. It's been good. Okay, I can't say it was just awesome, but it's been really good. This is the phone that my SIM card never ever comes out of because it's my main device. I do have two other numbers that I use my other two, I use my other devices in. But this is my main because it's things like Samsung Notes and certain things about this phone I actually need to use. I need to have it as my main phone. But there's other phones that I like much better than this. Like the OnePlus 12 is my favorite. The Vivo X Fold 3 is my favorite foldable easily. But the thing that Samsung has over those other manufacturers, Xiaomi, OnePlus and all of them, is the software. It's just Samsung software is just better. Okay, their software is great and their performance on their devices actually is better than Samsung in my opinion. And their cameras are better than Samsung's in my opinion. But the software is where Samsung gets me, and not just me, other people. That's why they'll stick around because they love the software experience. Even with their foldables, Samsung does make the best software for foldables, no doubt about it. Okay. But that's my year look at the S23 Ultra. I may check out the 24 Ultra this year. I don't know. I haven't decided yet, but stay posted. And of course, if you stayed this long, I'm going to be having a massive smartphone giveaway once I reach 6,000 subscribers. Massive. I'm talking, I'll be giving away 5 smartphones. And 3 of them going to be flagship devices, older flagship devices, but flagship devices nonetheless. I'll be giving away 3 of those. All right. So if you made it to the end, then you found out about it. If not, you may hear about it from somebody else. So I hope everybody out there staying safe, staying well, and I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.